Good evening, Des Moines, Iowa, and the world. Welcome to the Doc and Lefty program here on the North Side Studios, webcast1live.com and docandlefty.com. This is Lefty, as always, bringing you the perspectives you love from the side you hate. And across the table from me, he picked up a mysterious cough after he saw Hillary Clinton on the TV. Dr. Petrosh, Doc, what's happening?
You know, not a whole lot. It's been, last couple of days been kind of rainy. But overall, it's nice. I look pale and washed out. Do I look pale and washed out, really?
Well, generally. So do I, though.
Well, it's all the gray hair in my beard. Look at that. I got to do a better job at keeping it black instead of gray.
You don't enjoy our mortician makeup artist. You know, Murray is going to be furious with you.
Murray is going to be
furious. Hurt his feelings. He didn't appreciate that comment.
You know, he kind of looks like Lurch. So we come in, we lay down on the table right here. He slaps all the pasty. You know what I think it is? I think he buys his stuff on sale. You know,
yeah, sure.
Get himself a discount. Speaking of things on sale, Hillary Clinton apparently has a body double. Did you see that? Did you see that stuff? I clued you in on it. I thought you would get a big kick out of that.
I saw people maybe making that comment, but why don't you introduce the guest here, Doc?
Well, because I want to talk a little bit about Hillary.
Well, I'm sure that he's going to want to talk about a little bit about Hillary too.
All right. Well, you go ahead and introduce him here.
Okay. Well,
because I didn't even get his name right. I called him Frank. Hey, Frank, how you doing?
So we've got a special guest, the state director for Students for Trump, Carter Nordman, is here with us today. Carter is also the campaign director for Ralph Watts out of the 34th, 19th.
Yes.
See, I missed
that was worse than Frank.
I missed it by this much.
At least you knew it was a number.
Well, I can't remember I couldn't remember the exact district, but I knew it was in the Adel area, south of Adel, that rural area. Ralph Watts has been out there for not too terribly long, right, Carter?
I think it's about 14 years.
I just not too terribly long at all. But we had his opponent, Bryce Smith, on the Democratic ticket here a few weeks ago, and so while Representative Watts is very busy representing his district, he was kind enough to send us his campaign chair, manager extraordinaire, Carter, here to talk about all the issues of the day and of the past week. In fact, I'm happy to be back. I missed last week because I was
how'd that go?
I was greasing the wheels. I'll tell you what's really interesting when you are preparing for something very important for about 6 straight days, about 8 hours a day, and you get to bill for it, and the guy's got money to pay you. The day after you get done, you feel pretty good about yourself.
Oh, good.
You feel pretty darn good about yourself. But we're not here to talk about me, my problems, or you and your ego. We're here to talk about Carter Nordman and the Trump campaign, Students for Trump. This is the first time I think that we have had a state-level Trump guy. We had Sam Clovis on. I'm sure you met Sam a while ago. It was right around right around when he was clinching the nomination. I think, can't remember exactly when that was. It was Sam Clovis, national co-chair. He's a buddy of ours. But I think that you were the first state-level guy. And to be honest with you, coming from this lefty's perspective, I kind of thought maybe you were the only state level guy that Donald Trump has in Iowa, despite the fact that he's winning or tied in most of the polling in Iowa. And that's a little dig at the stereotype that maybe he doesn't have the most intense campaign presence here in Iowa. Carter, introduce yourself, tell us what you're all about, and tell us a little bit about your work for the Trump campaign.
Well, like I said, or he said, I'm Carter, and I'm the state director for Students for Trump. I joined Students for Trump probably, it was right before the Iowa caucus, and we did a lot of work making sure that we got students out to vote. Most of it was social media, but now you were saying about the ground game, and I can just say that being a part of the ground game here in Iowa, we are not a part of the official campaign. We are a separate organization. Okay. From the Trump campaign, but the majority of our state directors and our national team work very closely with the campaign and the states that we are from. And what I can say is they are constantly outdoor knocking, phone calling, getting signs out, barn signs. We just got a bunch of barn signs in that they're getting out. And I think you are going to be very surprised November 8th with Donald Trump's ground game.
Well, I don't know that I'm particularly going to be surprised about the Iowa turnout. I'm hopeful that Iowa goes Democratic in this election, but boy, it really doesn't look too good in the general. Pat, what do you think about that?
I hate saying this. I agree with Lefty.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a nip and tuck here in Iowa. As far as the signs go, I drive around the state a lot. Usually I'm on a motorcycle in the summer, and I can tell you that there is still the occasional Bernie sign up, but I still haven't seen any Hillary signs. I see a lot of Trump signs coming up because you guys, I don't know if you're responsible for the whole state, but I've seen a steady increase, and there's a couple of really good barn signs, at least along Highway 44.
And especially now, I know Tana Gertz posted something on her Facebook or the Iowa Facebook yesterday, I believe. They just got their new RV ready, and they're going for full force with the barn signs now. So
now I know that. He had some people out in Northwest Iowa last weekend, I think, and he's here today at Seven Flags. And you'll love this, Pat. I think he's got an event at Blue Moon tonight.
Trump?
Yeah, and they didn't even ask me to play.
Well, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
I hope not.
It would be a bad situation. It would be a bad situation.
Oh, yeah. The bottom line is, if you learned how to play Stevie Ray Vaughan, everybody would invite you everywhere.
Well, no, because we both know that I passed that one that one background check, by the skin of my teeth. No, so Carter, I gotta ask you. So you grew up in the Adel area, right?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18. So this is your first election.
It will be, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We have to listen to Lefty talk about his first experience with Hillary Clinton again and all that.
I don't have one of those, but my first election was 2000, and that was a tough one. That was a tough one to be a Democrat. 18. So now, are you? So you're still in high school, I assume.
Yes.
And you're going to be graduating in May.
Correct.
And you got all the kinds of plans and stuff. So you decided to use what is basically the entirety of your senior year to get involved in Republican politics and support Donald Trump. What led you to that decision?
To supporting Donald Trump?
No, well, all of it. To get involved in politics and then support Donald Trump. Actually, as a tag on to that question, what did was he your guy from the very beginning?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
I didn't really have I got involved in politics in 2010 on Senator Grassley's campaign. So it was a while ago. I would have been, 12, 11 years old. So that's when I got involved. We went over there during the summer once or twice a week and made yard signs and stuff like that. So this is the first real election I'm involved in. Obviously, first election I can vote in. But yes, I was for Trump the day he announced. I, watched him come down the escalators, gave his great speech, and I said, I'm going to support him.
Now, what how familiar with Donald Trump? The height. I would say the height of his television fame was back in like 2000, 2002.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, well, no. When I started college, that's when The Apprentice got started, and that's when people were really watching it.
All right.
And so,
let's finish. We'll go to a commercial break right now. We can come back and ask a question after that. We're here with Carter Nordman, who I will tell you, I'm really impressed that he's going to burn the next 2-3 months of his 18th year to campaign for the Republican Party. That's refreshing. So I'm glad you're here. We're going to be back right after these messages from our sponsors. Remember, without you, we couldn't do what we do. We're going to be back with Carter Nordman. We want to thank our sponsors, Des Moines Anesthesia, 515-574-6442, Halo Capital at DesMoinesInterestrates.com, Lubinas Law Firm, and Bertosha Associates. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back.